650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
A house in the middle of us.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas.
Well, we're all together again. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. William, nice to see you, my friend.
It is great to be back. It's been a bit of a break, I'm glad to tell you.
Well, I dropped by your office the other day, and I noticed that Mom been cooking some. Oh, jeez.
I was telling her last night, I said, like we're getting a little low. I don't have my reserve. And we had one lady come in after you left.
Yes.
And she's the daughter of one of my real good longtime friend realtors. And so she said, I need 6. And tell your mom they're really good.
6 mortgages?
6
cookies. I see. And Fern, how are you?
I'm great,
Good to see
Tom.
you.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. You've been working hard for this past couple of weeks?
Yeah.
You're always working hard.
Yep.
Yeah? That's things selling out there?
Not badly. We've been a little bit more creative since the 15%, but, I think it was a matter of keeping deals together.
Maybe I should put it this way. Have you been out putting out fires?
Absolutely putting out fires.
I'll bet.
I have a big extinguisher.
Well, something very special is happening this weekend locally. It's the Abbotsford International Air Show.
Wow.
I went flying with the snowbirds one time.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I have pictures to prove it.
Wow.
I closed my eyes through most of it, but it's pretty scary. So in honor of that today, what I thought I would do would be I was going to arrange a fly pass for us on the Radio Real Estate Show.
That's impressive.
And they should be coming at any time. So just, Good.
You have
I'm
connections in
Didn't
high
take long,
places.
eh?
Yeah, there you
Pretty
go.
damn good.
We're going to have to watch our step with him
You
now.
be careful,
Okay,
because I get the Air Forces from different countries to fly by. That's pretty good. So they're all heading out to Abbotsford now. That's where the airplanes are going back to Abbotsford. We've been talking about the high price of housing in Vancouver and in Toronto. We know what it's like out here on the West Coast. What's it like in Toronto? Well, we've got the mayor of Toronto standing by, and he's going to tell us about the situation back in TO.
We want to make sure Toronto remains a place that's affordable to live for people of all different income groups and so on. But you can't address these things in any kind of a knee-jerk way. We're dealing with a marketplace here, and governments can macro-manage or help macro-manage marketplaces, but I don't think can micromanage them. And so we've bought into a process that was initiated by the Federal Minister of Finance, Bill Morneau, whereby Vancouver, Toronto, BC, Ontario are sitting with him and his officials to decide if there is a problem that needs to be addressed and what then is a feasible, effective, credible way to deal with it. And I bought into that process. It's had one meeting. There's another one that's going to be happening shortly. And so in the meantime, I'm not going to be one who's going to be out there sort of saying we need to adopt this measure or that measure to address a problem until we've come at it in this kind of thoughtful way that really says if we're going to do anything, it better be effective as opposed to just being what I call show business.
Was Vancouver a knee-jerk reaction?
That's not up to me to comment upon. It's a different marketplace with different players. My job is to worry about Toronto, and I think that in Toronto's case, while there are certainly pressures on people and on housing prices that are reflective of a very buoyant market, and there's the good news in that in terms of the confidence people have in this city, I just think that anything you do, that doesn't presume you have to do something necessarily, but anything you do should be thoughtful, it should be effective, it should be fair, and at the moment we're engaged in these discussions, which I think is the proper way with the Ontario government and the federal government to kind of talk about that, and I don't want to presume on the results of those discussions.
I hear you saying, despite the fact that BC went along and instituted its own measures for Vancouver, based on your discussions, you don't see something similar happening in Ontario until the conclusion of that federal process?
That would be where I would be coming from. Why embark on a process like this with these other governments if you were just going to go off on your own? And again, I'm not being critical of anybody. I mean, BC is a different marketplace. I tend to think the kinds of things we should also be looking at in terms of just the broad range is the question of supply. It is a marketplace, and there are people in the development business who would say part of the reason why prices are rising in Toronto is because of the law of supply and demand. There are people still coming. Our population is growing, and there is a constraint on the supply of land for new housing, and so that's an issue. And you don't want to identify any one of these as being the kind of the silver bullet, because I'm not sure there is one.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's the mayor of Toronto. His name is John Tory. Now, you were shaking your head for someone. You agree with someone, you don't agree with someone, you're saying, Bill.
Well, okay, so we have the mayor of Toronto. So how many people does he represent?
Lots.
I think it's about 17 million people.
Ooh.
And then we have the mayor of Vancouver who represents, that's right too, 635,000, 670,000 people, because he's only the mayor of one little enclave of the 37 municipalities that constitute the city, so to speak, of Lower Mainland. So he's talking more intelligently, whereas you have knee-jerk reactions from people who are trying to keep people in their small little enclave cities so they can maintain their tax base so they don't lose that tax base. And so you have this fellow from Toronto looking at it from a much larger global perspective as opposed to a knee-jerk reaction from these mayors.
All right. Fern, what do you think?
I agree with Bill 100%. You know, to me, this whole situation was a knee jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just knee jerk.
I think it's kind of putting everybody out, don't you? Not just the realtors.
I think it's hurting a lot of Canadians.
I think,
even though they had said they went after the boogeyman.
Yeah.
The offshore
Yes.
Asian, German, English, whatever buyer. They went offshore because these are the bad people. I mean, there's a whole lot of history on governments identifying certain people who are the enemy of the state. We can go back to the Second World War, but we won't even mention that. But what we're saying is that they identify this other group as the problem, and then when they actually get into what's going on in terms of the marketplace, they're starting to realize they're affecting normal Canadian people who either are living here, paying taxes here, and are trying to buy a home and create a life here.
You said the boogeyman. This is 2016. Boogie person.
Boogie person.
Oh, that's right,
Boogie
too.
person.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Because Wayne can boogie too.
That's probably very
Okay,
true.
so from personal experience, last week I spent 3 days trying to keep 5 sales together that were dominoes, and all 5 families are Canadian citizens. The first family just happened to be getting some money offshore. Family.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 5 Canadian families, and if I had not spent it's 4 days with the mortgage person and sitting also in the lawyer's office, seeing what we could do with all this reorganization, I would have had 5 Canadian deals go down. And with cooperation, we were able to keep it all together.
So let me add another dynamic to what you're already saying, because that's very true what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for you, those things would not have happened. So from an economic perspective, what the government of BC just said is that even though we have laws in terms of the way we run our country, we can change them at any time, and they'll supersede any laws we had before that.
And only for the GVRD, not the whole province.
But they can do whatever they want.
Absolutely.
So what happens is now you deter people from actually moving here that might even open up a company or create jobs for Canadians.
But they can move to Abbotsford and Chilliwack because they're exempt.
But at the same time, though, the government can change that law too.
They can.
And it's getting expensive out in Chilliwack these days.
Mm-hmm.
Very expensive. So it's 7 after 10 o'clock. Bill Macklem, the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and our resident real estate mortgage expert is here. He's on the show. He has your weekly mortgage rate update coming up in just a couple of minutes.
And from our mailbag, Bill will answer your mortgage question of the week.
Later on the show, we're going to talk about, supply and demand.
Well, isn't that just clever? What a
how did that
coincidence,
happen?
eh? Holy cow.
Amazing how this all falls together, right? And then our radio real estate home handyman, Vin Jensen, is with us this morning, and he says it is a great time to partake in some summer relaxation.
Mana Dinabuga, president of Mummy Maids, joins us with her she always has these eco-friendly tips. So she's got another cleaning tip of the week. Now, I don't want you to be looking at me when you're talking about the cleaning tip of the week, Tom.
Why?
Because Kathy says, how come Tom's always getting you to take notes?
How come your wife is always calling me afterwards and she wants... The Radio Real Estate News headlines are coming up. What I'll do is I'll read the headlines from the past week. Bill and Fern will make comment on it. We also continue our financial series of the week with Norm Holmes, the vice president of Pioneer West Acceptance, Pioneer West. And this morning, Norm is going to talk to us about some investment opportunities they have in the world of real estate. So that should be kind of interesting.
That's good.
And then we have Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up. And if you have a question, leave it on our website, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, and Bill will answer it on next week's show.
Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty is with us this morning. She's going to talk to us about what's happening in the Tri-Cities area. That's got to be somewhat challenging.
No kidding. We're also going to be having a couple of special guests on the program today. Cynthia is here and Janice is here. They're a sister act. They're in real estate.
Really?
We'll talk. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
We need a bigger studio, man.
Well, we are. Yeah, we'll work on that. So they'll be on the show shortly.
And so now our time is, let me look here, 10:09, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
And right now it's time for this week's mortgage rate update with Bill Macklem, the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Billy, what's happening with money?
I tell you, money is so cheap. I had a client come in last night. We're talking to him. He says, I don't really want that much money. And so I said to him, you're getting it at 2.44, which is a 5-year fix, which is a really great rate. I said, so if you don't take that money, what are you going to do? I said, you're doing a renovation on the house. You're not quite complete. You haven't topped up your RSPs. So if you bought an RSP with the 2.44 money and you're going to save 10% on your income tax. Isn't that a gain already? I mean, you're actually going to get between 30 and 40% return on your income tax because just the sheer fact that you reduce your income in that tax bracket is a 40% return. So people don't understand the value of money. That's a real problem. So when we're talking back in the 90s, when we're talking about rates, you're talking about the fact that people were just selling their houses, buying the next house, and paying the real estate fees, and that's all the money they had.
Mm-hmm.
Now what's happened is that the values of homes have increased so dramatically that people don't know what to do with that extra money, so therefore they say, I just want to pay down my mortgage.
What if I walk in and say, I don't have any extra money, Bill? Could you help me get some extra money?
Absolutely.
That's
We do
your
that on
game.
a regular basis so that we can pay off all your debts, help your kids go to Europe.
What?
Well, I know that you want to get rid of them.
Well, yeah, that's true, too. So you teach me how to get the kids to Europe?
I will.
I'll come and see you during the week. In the next segment of the Radio Real Estate Show, Bill will answer the mortgage question of the week. Later, we'll examine the real estate headlines. And this morning, we're going to talk about mortgage investment opportunities presented by Pioneer West with the VP of Norm Homes.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house on Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
And I would like to say this time here, you know what kind of car I've got? I got this nice Maxima outside there. North Vancouver Nissan takes care of me. So what I'm suggesting is anybody who drives a Maxima or any kind of Nissan whatsoever, whether it's a truck or a car, go and see our friends Mike and Kofi.
Yeah.
North Vancouver Nissan. You can get them on the internet, northvancouvernissan.com. They'll take care of you. They got air conditioning things. They'll take care of your tires. They put gas in your car. They'll wash it. And they have the best darn coffee in the world next to Bill's place. So go and see them out. Online, it's northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your current home has outgrown you. The children gone, and there are just too many rooms to heat and to clean. Maybe it's time to consider downsizing, but where and what? The next move will take a lot of soul searching, as you need to be sure what really suits your needs moving into your golden years. Life has a habit of creeping up on you, so make your own decisions now before someone else has to. Call the team of experts. We have done this before. Fern Northcott, Remax Performance Realty, 604-790-9066.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We have found that most consumers automatically sign their mortgage renewal statements. Most banks have a higher than 90% renewal rate, so there's no incentive to give the best rates on renewal. Most people will not change lenders due to the hassle factor. Let us do the shopping for you. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages today.
CL 650. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Whoa, do we ever get letters and they all want to talk about Bill and about your mother's cookies? But some people actually want to talk about mortgages, Bill.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
I like to talk to you about your cookies and sometimes mortgages. But this person, Fern, has a letter from a person. You have a question for Bill this morning, Fern.
And we certainly do. This week's question comes from Ken Henderson of Chilliwack. Ken would like to know if there are any mortgage options available for someone with bad credit, Bill.
Well, thanks, Fern. That's a good question from Ken. Some folks have actually run into some credit problems or have had some separation from a previous relationship that might have caused them some challenges. There are a number of different options available to them. I mean, we have, as we know with Norm Homes, we can use Norm Homes for some of the financing we're going to need. So we can use Norm for some of them. So that's a good option. We also have some credit unions and some other lenders, some virtual lenders, who actually what they call bruise credit. So you're not going to get a 2.44, 2.49, any of those kind of rates, but you're going to be somewhere in that 3.9 to 4.7, and you might have to pay a bit of a fee on that. But you're going to get into the market. So what I say to people, most people say to me when they talk to me about that kind of situation, say, well, I don't want to pay that. I mean, it's going to be 3.5 or 4% interest rate, and I'm going to have to pay a fee. And I say to them, so how much money do you pay in rent? And if you don't buy today, and you have 12 months, and that house is rising, let's say it's a condo. Let's say it's only 2 or 3%. Let's be real cruel and just have our inflation rates at a low level at 2 or 3%. The money that you're going to pay for your fee and your mortgage payments are going to be more than covered by the increase in value of that condo. So you know what? Don't wait till tomorrow. Get it today. Go talk to your realtor. Call Fern. Get into the market. Start thinking today. Don't think about tomorrow. And don't listen to the newspapers about the fact that this is a bubble or whatever else is going on. Don't listen to that stuff.
You want your real estate information, you come to this show, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's called a toehold in the real estate market.
Absolutely.
So
Could be a foothold, too.
That's true. That's true. For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill directly at 684 HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
Is that anything like a step over toe hold or a stranglehold?
Could be a stranglehold.
Could be.
Depends on how big a mortgage you want.
Yeah, that's true, too.
That's true.
15 after 10 o'clock, it's the Radio Real Estate Show. Andrea Jock from Keller Williams Elite Realty in the Tri-Cities is on the line. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, everyone.
Little real estate bird tells me that you won a multiple offer last night.
I did. It's certainly still very busy out there, and I'm very happy for my wonderful client. Today, I'm featuring an exciting new home in beautiful Belcarra, BC. Seldom do you find a home renovated to the caliber and standard of this beautiful residence, featuring sparkling ocean views in a private resort-like setting. Welcome to 4980 Robson Road. This spectacular 5-bedroom, 3.5-bathroom, luxurious family home is sure to impress. You will fall in love with the tasteful finishing and fresh decor, exemplifying the elegance and beauty of its modern design. Featuring an open concept floor plan, vaulted ceilings, and abundance of windows taking in the stunning ocean views, 2 exquisite gas fireplaces, gorgeous bright white gourmet kitchen with top-of-the-line Wolf stove, high-end panel fridge, built-in microwave and wine cooler, beautiful oversized granite center island, all overlooking a fabulous 1,500-square-foot wraparound patio, with aqua blue swimming pool, hot tub, and a brilliant ocean view, making this an entertainer's delight. Don't miss this great opportunity. Come by the open house today and tomorrow from 1 to 4. Today at 2, enjoy music in the park at Lee Square Community Arts Village, right beside the City Hall in downtown Port Coquitlam. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
Get in touch with Andrea. Call her at 604-683-3124. That's 604-783-3124. Or by visiting pinnaclegrouprem.com. That's pinnaclegrouprem.com.
Thank you, Fern. It's 17 minutes after 10:17 on the Radio Real Estate Show. And coming up in just a couple of seconds, we're going to hear about the headlines that made the news this past week. We'll continue our financial series with Norm Holmes, the Vice President of Pioneer West Acceptance. This morning, Norm will talk to us about investing opportunities Pioneer West has in the mortgage game for us. So that'll be interesting.
That works. That works. Good morning. This is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with our mortgage expert, Bill Macklem, President of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, producer, Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650.
And if you're planning on driving to any of those open houses to see Fern, what you've got to do today is make sure that your car is ready to go, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So if you drive a Nissan product like I do, I want you to go to North Vancouver Nissan or on the web, northvancouvernissan.com. They're located physically in the Auto Mall in North Vancouver. Go over and see my friend Mike. He'll keep your car running well. And if you want to buy a car, go see Kofi. He'll take care of you too. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on CL 650. Good morning.
This is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance Realty. Are you feeling paralyzed by the current real estate market and scared to make a move? You're not the only one. Most baby boomers are in that same boat. Let the experts give you valuable real estate market advice, tax advice, legal advice, investment advice. To do that, employ a team, one you can trust. We've done this before. You wouldn't do your own brain surgery. This is Fern Northcott. Call or text 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You have equity in your home. You are over 65. We have some exciting financing options for you. Purchase your second home, help your children buy their home, or set up an annuity for life. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages at 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Well, the weather forecast is what you see is what you get. Mostly sunny today if you're heading out to Abbotsford. For the air show, it's going to be a great day for the flybys. If you're heading for a barbecue in Chilliwack tonight, like somebody I know, Fern, won't mention any names, then it should be good weather for you. So what about Sunday and Monday,
Sunday
Willie?
looks like a mix of sun and cloud. Becoming sunny in the morning, a high of 23, except 28 inland. And on Monday, it's going to be high again of 24, except 29 inland. And there's sun every day.
And right now, it's whatever it is. I don't know. What do you think it is for temperature? I have no idea.
I just say it's around 18.
About 18? 18, I think it's about 20. It's 20 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
20 already?
Yeah.
CI 650.
I like that sound. Baby, you're a rich man.
Yeah.
You're a rich
Did you
person.
check your lotto ticket?
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I have one. I should hang on. I'll tell you what. Let's get Norm Holmes in here.
Yeah, let's get
And while Norm's is talking about some great opportunities, I'll go invest. Check my ticket, and then maybe you'll
And
have
if you
money
don't come
to
back,
invest.
we know you won.
Well, no, if I don't come back, I'm going over to see Norm. I've got some money to invest. Norm, good morning.
Hi, Tom. Today I wanted to talk about mortgage investment options with Pioneer West. There are two types of investments with Pioneer West: mixed shares and direct mortgage investments. Mixed shares, as we have explained in previous segments, are an investment pool of individual mortgages where the investor receives a dividend paid from the profit of the fund. Direct mortgage investments are individual mortgages that investors purchase from Pioneer West. The investor receives the monthly mortgage interest payments as a rate of return. Direct mortgage investments tend to be a higher return than mixed shares, but are not as well diversified as mixed shares, and they require some administration by the investor. Both mortgage investments have real estate as the underlying security, as well as the guarantee of the homeowner to make the payments. Our motto is that equity makes people honest, meaning that when homeowners have equity in their property, they make sure that their mortgage payments are made to preserve their property equity. This is why Pioneer West Mortgage Investments can pay regular and consistent returns. Next week, we will discuss direct mortgage investments. This is Norm Holmes for Radio Real Estate.
For more information, call Norm at 604-987-1420. That's 604-987-1420. Or visit pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
Thank you, Bill. It's 21 minutes after 10, 10:21 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Time now for Radio Real Estate Show news headlines. Okay, are you ready? I love this part of the program because you guys get to go for it. Your first headline is sales are down, but there's a big but here. Prices haven't changed very much. What's going on?
Prices no, prices haven't changed very much, and we were told it's only 5% of the market. Now, if you're individually impacted on that, then of course it's 100% of the market. But I do have some statistics here, and this is August over July. This is the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. We are down 184 listings, and we are 25 sales down. Now, that's amounts, not prices or anything like that. So down 100, and this is over last month. So granted, July and August are a little bit slower, but, it's no major change.
Okay.
No major change.
All right. Desperate renters have taken to posting ads on telephone poles to illustrate the difficulty they have in finding affordable living spaces. Bill?
So here we go back again to the same old, same old. So because I go to university at UBC or I go to university somewhere else, I expect I'm supposed to be able to live close to the university because that's just the way it should be. But in every other city in North America, what you do is you get half-decent rental accommodation with a transportation system that actually gets you to the university that you need to go to. So, yes, renters are desperate because there are not a lot of rental properties available. That's very true. And what happens is most of that is the density of the people in Vancouver are requiring that there's going to be even less availability.
See, I was just wondering about this because all the renters are not students. There are some people that are married. They have children.
That's right.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And they're finding it hard to get a place to live.
And, with this new tax, there's a ripple effect.
Okay.
The ripple effect being that if you can't have foreign investors here without them paying the extra tax, first of all, they're going to go somewhere else in the country. But second of all, a lot of these properties they were buying, they were renting them out. And so now if they're not going to buy the properties, excuse me, then that cut down on the amount of rentals as well.
I'm glad you brought that up because our next question is this taxation problem going to stir up more problems for prospective buyers?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think what they've done is that let's kind of look at what happened. So the province of BC decided that they're going to do a tax on foreign investment. So normally what's happened, for example, I'm a mortgage broker, been doing this for 30 years. If they're going to do the rates and they're going to increase the rates on people that we're getting mortgages for, they give us a grandfather clause that anybody that's in the system gets that rate from the previous time. If they're going to change the rules with CMHC that now you got to have 5% down the first 500 and 10% down on the second 500 on your $1 million purchase, but if you're already in the system, you don't have to adhere to those rules during that process. But the province of BC didn't do that because two things happened. The province of BC didn't do it because they knew that if they said they're going to grandfather it, they're going to lose those buyers in the first place, so they're not going to come back. And secondly, they would have lost the tax that they've already done on the properties that are already being sold. So therefore, they broke the law in terms of changing the contract that's already been written so they could collect the tax. Now, we all know that they're now going to be a class action suits, and they're going to sue the province to get this money back.
4 years to get
What
into
a
court
waste! What a waste of time and energy and money.
What about somebody who's put money down on a pre-sale? Building's not built yet. It's not built yet, and they say they're going to pay $500,000. Okay, So they start making payments. The building's going to be built 2 years from now. All of a sudden, the bottom falls out of the market. The price of the unit comes down. The person is still responsible for the original price. So don't they then have negative equity like they did in the States?
Well, plus the 15%
Plus the
tax
15%.
because they couldn't complete.
Yeah.
And I think the word is called hooped.
I see. I don't know what that word means, but I don't think it's too good. Here's one for you. You're going to love this one. BC waited much too long, too far, too long to let the tax out. What they're saying here is that they've closed the barn door after letting the horses out. You said that yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was my first reaction.
Yeah, it was.
You know, that 5 years ago, why not? I mean, you look at Australia and the buying laws there. I mean, I was talking to a mother whose daughter's moved to Australia, and it's taken her 3 years to be able to buy a house there, even though she had money, because of their policy on foreign investment. So what are we doing here? I mean, we're just sitting ducks.
We just want to get reelected, and it's all about polls. It has nothing to do with doing anything that's real.
Mm-hmm.
Are you running for re-election again?
No.
Oh, okay.
We'd be assassinated, wouldn't we, Bill?
And I'll ask you both here as we wrap this up. Have you heard anything more about the realtor, the local person that was telling his clients and other people, if they wanted to listen, how to avoid paying the 15% foreign ownership tax?
You know what? There's way around every law that's ever put into place, and there's always creative thinking in order for that to happen. And there is a way around it, but hey, if you're caught, you can go to jail. So who wants to spend time in jail?
Well, that's where I met Bill. It wasn't too bad, really. No, just kidding. Yeah, good point. Good point. Good point. Huh?
Good steaks.
Good. Yeah, that's true.
So
too.
I hear.
Yeah. So what's
Good
coming up?
exercise
What's coming up
program,
in the next segment of the show, Fern?
In the next segment of the show, we are lost.
Joined by Monica Dina Briga, president of Mummy Maids, and Monica will share one of her eco-friendly pillow talk tips.
Got you with that one, didn't I, huh? Pillow talk tips.
Yeah, I'm thinking, do I really want to know this one?
I think Kathy will be phoning me for sure after the program today. We're also going to be talking about real estate with Janice Christie of Royal LePage and Cynthia, is it Westberg? Is that how I pronounce your last name? Huh? Oh, you'll tell me when you come in. I can't hear. She's with McDonald Realty. These two ladies are a sister act, and they're going to talk to us about what is really going on in real estate. So I'm looking forward to that.
More real estate information is coming right up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
It's Tom Lucas, and our co-host is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem is here, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and our producer is Dwayne Bishop. And you're listening to the Radio Real Estate Show on CL 650. What a day to get out there and drive. If you have a convertible, put the top down. If you don't have a convertible, you have a moonroof. You have a moonroof in your car. Put the moonroof back.
I just love that sunroof.
Or if you're like Bill, you don't have a moonroof in your van, but you take a can opener and you open up the roof that way.
Absolutely. The air coming through there is wonderful.
So what I suggest you do is maybe, I know you don't drive the product, but you can take any product you want into North Vancouver Nissan. So Bill, in your case, you're going to put a moonroof in there for you.
I'd love that.
Go see my
That'd
friend
be
Mike.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That'd be just awesome.
Wonderful. NorthVancouverNissan.com online. Check it on out.
Hello, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance Realty. So now you're an empty nester. Now what? Sell or downsize? You may want to remortgage your equity for the kids, build a suite for them, reverse your mortgage for yourself, take a line of credit to free up some spending money, and perhaps defer your yearly taxes. Now is the time of life where you cannot afford to make a mistake. Don't decide alone. Let our team of experts help. We've done this before. Call or text 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066.
Tom Lucas here with Norm Holmes, Vice President of Pioneer West. Norm, I need to know, who are some of your clients at Pioneer West?
Well, I consider our clients to be pretty much anyone, but predominantly our customers tend to be self-employed. Sometimes they're people that either can't provide credit or have bruised credit and need to repair that. And so we give them a mortgage to help them out.
So people can come in, sit down, talk to you, have a cup of coffee, and get all their questions answered, right?
Absolutely.
Go online. It's pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We all need specific types of mortgage financing. You may have bought your next home and not sold your current place. We have financing for that. You may not be able to prove your income for the mortgage you require. We have a lender for that. Call us, Dominion Macklem Mortgages today, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CL 650. The clean up woman, but she's tough. I mean, she really cleans up.
It's time now for the cleaning tip of the week, the eco-friendly cleaning tip of the week. And Bill Macklem, I hope you're listening closely because I know your wife is. Here's Monica Dina Brega to tell us what is going on. Monica, what's happening?
Good morning, Tom. This is just a little pillow talk on cleaning your pillows and your bedding. Whether made of natural fibers such as down or synthetic materials, often polyester, most pillows can be washed in the machine. They should be cleaned every 3 to 6 months to remove mold, bacteria, and odors. And you wouldn't want to be putting your head on the same pillow for months. So clean it up. Read the instructions on the tag to make sure the pillow is not dry clean only. But they can be put in the wash with regular detergent on a gentle cycle, and you can even add some vinegar, would take care of any of the smells, or a touch of bleach, not too much, will take out any stains that you might have. This is Monica DeNaberga for Radio Real Estate.
Mommy Maids will clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica today at 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959, or visit mommymaids.com. That's mommymaids.com.
Thank you so very, very much, Fern. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on CIL 650, smooth and easy. I believe we do have a little song for our special guests all lined up to play, and this is a very special song, because on this show we see there's a song for everything. So for you two ladies, I've picked out this song especially for you.
Yoo-hoo! And we are sisters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so your family, you've alluded to that. Christy and Cynthia, you are sisters, you're a family, you come from the same parents.
We do.
And they even speak together, too. Isn't that nice?
Like parents.
Are you twins?
No,
No,
just
you're
sisters,
not.
just sisters.
Okay, and I won't ask who's older because that's none of my business, and nor do I
No,
care. But,
that's right.
But
Tell you.
the reason the reason why you're on the show this morning is to talk real estate. You've got a great segment. You like to talk about real estate to people.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm Janice Christie. I'm with Royal LePage on Austin Avenue in Coquitlam.
Yes.
We also have a brokerage on Elgin Street in Port Coquitlam.
And where's your sister work?
And Cynthia's with McDonald Realty. This is Cynthia.
I'm down on Howe and Nelson is our office at McDonald's. Been there 10 years. Great company.
So
Lots
when
of
you go to
company.
work in the morning, then you have to wear a shirt and a double-breasted suit and a tie and the whole because you're down on House Street.
Well, I'm not a guy, but
No.
sometimes.
Whatever works, right,
Yeah.
ladies?
I can wear the
Whatever
tie.
works.
So how long have you folks been doing this? You did something else, first of all. You were in the was it travel business?
Yes, I was.
Travel business,
Yeah.
yes.
I worked for American Express for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And Janice was.
I've been in finance for about 15 years. I have a diploma in financial management, and I was a financial manager. And then before that, though, for many years, I was a nurse.
That's why we have you on the show this morning in case we need medical help.
Yeah,
Fern.
you might need medical help when I'm done.
Well, Fern is healthy. It's Bill and I that might need your help.
You need a few
And that's the truth.
injections. You need a few injections going.
Well, caffeine.
Yeah.
So Fern was talking earlier about this 15% tax for foreign buyers and how it's affecting her business. Is it affecting you folks too?
Don't get me started on that 15%.
Go ahead. You've got a couple minutes. Go for it.
I am just furious over that. You know, they should have grandfathered all of the contracts that were going in. They haven't done that. There's a number of things they haven't done, and it's not right. It's very wrong. I'm not against the tax.
Mm-hmm.
I think going forward the tax is. I think it hurts the little guys. Who it's actually hurting is the little guy. It's not so much the guys who've got the bucks. They've got billions of dollars. They'll pay it no problem. It's the little guys. It's the guys that are just actually immigrating to Canada and they just got their foot in the door and they're able to actually buy something and go forward that way. So.
They have not thought this over.
No, there was no thought to this at all. It was
No.
just sort of, and what did we have? 3 days notice
Right.
before a long weekend?
Right.
And then the lawyer said that, well, yes, if you can get your deals completed in the next 3 days, I'll do it for you for an extra $2,500.
But you know, the thing is that all of the new builds and all of those transitions of the pre-sales.
Exactly.
So those people now have got to pay another 15% on top of what they actually were contracted. So this defies actually NAFTA, and there's going to be huge lawsuits.
Oh,
we
big
just
time.
wait and see. Just
Yeah,
wait
big
and
time.
see.
The other thing I was thinking that when I alluded to, my brain popped in, and I was thinking, you know, they could actually easily assign those contracts to somebody who is actually physically Canadian.
Mhm.
So they could assign that, but that's, I mean, our whole assignment thing has been changed as well.
Well, yeah,
You
isn't
can't
it
assign-
amazing how that came out just 2 weeks before the
Right,
tax?
right.
Amazing how
Yeah,
these things
right.
happen.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing too how they put this tax out, like you said, just before a long weekend? So I guess they figured nobody would even notice.
Right. They slid it in there. They slid it in there on a Thursday, and then on Tuesday it was law.
Nothing gets
Without
by us on this show. I'm
consultation.
telling you, nothing gets by on this show. Let's talk about the U.S. election quickly. Do you think the situation in the U.S. is going to make a difference to real estate in Canada in November?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Good-
I do.
good, bad?
Well, we're already getting. I mean, before we had the foreign tax thing.
Mhm.
All of our clients many of our clients were calling us from the U.S. wanting to get and buy investment properties in Canada because of
The dollar?
because of the dollar,
Mhm.
because of the discrepancy. So the infusion of and they're some of those people that are going to be affected by the 15%. So, but I'm not sure about the election there.
What do you think of what do you think of that, Fern?
Well, I don't know. A friend of mine the other day, she said to me that she was hoping, she was giving the Americans an awful lot of credit, thinking that maybe Donald Trump wouldn't get in. But you know what? When he came to London, I went down and I listened to him.
He's good.
And, he speaks very well like that. I know the press take up all of this stuff. And, the thing is, he does shoot off at the mouth. But, what I'm hearing from both sides of the fence, a lot of the Americans are loving to hear that.
I know.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I'm still. Well, I'm kind of concerned actually of what's going to happen once Trump becomes in power. I mean, he's talking about a wall. There's a number of things. Personally, this is my thought. After actually I watched a bio on him, and my thought is he's got enough cash that he can come up and suck up all Canada's resources. He can buy them all because he can afford that. And we're just such possum bellies. They just lie down. We let them walk all over our bellies.
But isn't that happening now already?
It is, but it's going to get worse with him. So
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll just morph into the U.S. He'll just suck up all our resources, and then he say, okay, you know what? I own all of you now. We'll just go boom. We'll just go right into it.
Cynthia,
So,
we've got to have you. No, whoa. Cynthia, we've got to have you on the show more often. I've never heard what was possum bellies? Did you say?
We're the Beverly Hillbillies. There's oil in them there.
Is that a Winnipeg expression? Possum?
I'm not. Island.
Oh, jeez.
Vancouver Island.
Which part of Vancouver Island?
Actually, Lake Cowichan originally.
No, by Duncan.
Yes.
That's where I started in radio.
Duncan.
On CK. I sounded like this.
Hi, everybody. How are you? It's CK Wine Duncan.
What do you mean? What do you say? I still
we
sound like that.
ended up in Victoria.
No, I ended up back here.
Dominantly, yeah.
Yeah, stops at Hamilton.
Yeah.
All we want. So yeah. Hey, listen. If somebody wants to do business with you, first of all, how can they get a hold of you? 2 different phone numbers or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a company called the Real Estate Corner, and we are partners.
Okay.
And so we have a company called the Real Estate Corner, and you can reach me, Janice Christie, Royal LePage. My number is 604-842-0259, or email Janice Christie at royallepage.ca.
Okay. Cynthia?
And Cynthia is 604-687-0158. Once again, 604-687-0158. And my email is 2cweberg@telus.net if you want to email me personally. Thank you.
I'll give you Fern's email address after the show. Let me tell you. We always ask realtors when they come on the program, because what kind of realtor would you be without a listing? You guys have a listing for us this morning?
I do have a listing. I've got a listing at 8069 17th Avenue in Burnaby. It's listed at 1.38, and it is a 6,900 square foot lot, built in 1947. I just need to get this property sold. It's set up for rezoning. It's the zoning is R5, so it's going to be it will be rebuilt. So that I'm looking for somebody who wants to rebuild the home, and all the homes in that area. It's right on the New West border. So I'm hoping that I can get this property sold. It's in the middle of a block. It's a lane access. It's a great development property. So that's listing number 1.
Okay, so if you want to get a hold of Janice, you get a hold of us. We'll get you in touch with her. Now, Cynthia, what do you have for us?
Actually, what's coming up is actually a land assembly on the North Shore. It's actually 4 properties. It's adjacent to actually another piece of large property that can be rezoned. It's actually in the OCP plan. It's rezoned to 1.75 FSR. That's coming on deck the end of the month, and so we're hoping to, if there's anybody who is a developer or anybody who's interested in doing a development, it's in a great area, good appreciation, great lots. The houses are totally livable, they're rentable in the meantime, so it'd be good to go. 604-687-0158 if you need to contact me.
All right, Cynthia and Christy, thank you for coming by. Janice, I caught Christy by your last name.
That's all right.
Because
Christy the Cookie.
there's a
like the cookies.
Christy the Cookie.
That's right.
We're going to change your name. I like that. So thank you for coming by, and thank you, Fern. Thank you for helping out here, because when it comes to real estate, I just fake it.
Well, we get a little passionate about our jobs.
You do.
Tell, Tom.
Well, every time I talk to Phil and Fern, they're saying Bill. Phil and Byrne, you know who I mean.
Yeah.
Bill says, "You need more money." Fern says, "I got a house for you," so I'm in good company.
Right.
Show you where to spend it.
Actually, you know what? It's an excellent time to sell, and it's an excellent time if anybody wants to see an appreciation in their investment. Right now is a time to sell. We anticipate the market in September to be actually smoking hot. So if you want to put something on the market, September is the time for it to come in.
I have an idea. I'm going to sell Bill's house. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Well, you can deal with Fern, Cynthia, or Janice, one of the 3 of us.
It's 10:39, Radio Real Estate Show. William, what's coming up on the program?
Good morning. Here's what's coming up on Radio Real Estate.
Okay.
I'm going to be chatting. I'm going to be chatting about Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. I've heard about supply and demand. Fern?
Yeah, that's what determines the market price. This is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, our producer, Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house on Radio Real Estate, CIL 650.
It's 20 minutes before 11 o'clock on the Radio Real Estate Show. It's Tom Lucas here for our friends over at North Vancouver Nissan. If you drive a Nissan product, may I suggest you get in and see my friend Mike Farkas. He is the sales manager, the advisor over there. He'll take good care of you. If you want to make an appointment for any kind of service or just want to chat with them, go online, northvancouvernissan.com. That's northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, it's Tom Lucas with Norm Holmes, Vice President of Pioneer West. Norm, we've talked about mix before. I need to know, how safe are they?
I consider that mixed shares are a very safe investment. The benefit is that if there's ever any loss on the portfolio, it's taken out of the fund to reduce the yield. And I would compare them similar to a bond in terms of risk security.
To get more information on mix, go to pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
Hello, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance Realty. So now you're an empty nester. Now what? Sell or downsize? You may want to remortgage your equity for the kids, build a suite for them, reverse your mortgage for yourself, take a line of credit to free up some spending money, and perhaps defer your yearly taxes. Now is the time of life where you cannot afford to make a mistake. Don't decide alone. Let our team of experts help. We've done this before. Call or text 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. With interest rates always being a topic of discussion, it is important to have a mortgage professional who will guide you. If interest rates are all you think of, I can get you a 0% interest rate if you put 100% down. Of course, with 100% down, you don't really need a mortgage. Variable rates versus fixed rates. Which one is right for you? Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CIL 650. I'm a big man in a big house, a big high fence all around.
I'll be a big man in a big house. With your help, Fern. Can you find me a bigger house?
As long as we can get you a bigger mortgage.
Bill?
Hey, we're all over that like white on rice.
Call a team.
Fat boy and a smart.
That's a good idea. I like that idea. I like that idea very much. And now, when we were talking to our very special guests, Cynthia and Janice, they were saying that they think that the value of real estate is going to go up in September.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. There's just what's going on is that what people, and this is going to get into our topic we're going to talk about a little bit later on this afternoon, is that we're talking about supply and demand. Just because you put a tax on the highest end of the product doesn't necessarily mean you provide more product. You just have another cost involved with this thing, but you still don't have any houses. You still don't have any product out there.
Okay, you want to talk about supply and demand? Let's talk about supply and demand. You got to make some money, Bill.
Yeah, you got to make some money.
I go to see Bill all the time. Fernie says, Tom, you got to make some money.
Well, you do. I mean, it's. How can I say this? So, there's as our old friend Bob from the Greater Vancouver Home Builder Association put on an article out there in regards to by 2040 there's going to be another 1 million people in the Lower Mainland. And we're not talking about the island. We're not talking about the interior. We're just talking about the Lower Mainland.
My question is, where are we going to put them?
Well, they're going to need 500,000 homes. And so that means if we are actually going to have people who actually planned, that would mean that we'd actually have something in place to actually allow this to happen. We can't even build subdivisions that actually have educational facilities available to them or even any parks. But let's not even get there. We won't even talk about the lack of roads like we have in Maple Ridge. You're building a whole slew of houses out in Maple Ridge. You're still using the same small infrastructure that you had when it was a farming community. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about the fact that Surrey still has a Bailey Bridge. Now, for those of you that aren't old enough, a Bailey Bridge is something used in the Second World War when the Allied forces were going across Europe to go ahead, and because the bridges were down, they had to actually put these bridges in, and they still have a Bailey Bridge as part of their infrastructure.
You know a lot about Bailey Bridges. Were you there when they built the first one, Bill?
I actually helped them supply them.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So what we're talking about is a lack of planning. And so we're not having enough development going on in the whole Lower Mainland in a normal process that you actually have some planned development. We don't have that. And so we have a real problem with housing.
We do have a problem with housing.
And we're going to have 500,000 homes. That means you're going to start building an extra 2,000 homes a month now.
Now.
That's over and above what we're already doing. So I believe that you said last time, Fern, there's almost 100,000 homes in the development process that go through the municipal developments. And these municipalities can't even do that. When did the municipalities have an income stream based on the fact that building permits as opposed to the taxes on houses that are finally built? So when does this become an income stream by that part of it?
Yeah, income streams from everywhere. But where do we see it?
Nope.
You talk about infrastructure. I made 2 trips to Vancouver last week, and it took me from Cloverdale to downtown Vancouver 2 hours, and that wasn't even rush hour.
Well, I'm told that
And
in
road
development,
rage.
I'm talking about the development in downtown Vancouver. If you're building a high-rise, if you're building higher than 30, I think it's 31 floors, that there's an extra $8,000 tax per door per floor. Paid to the city of Vancouver.
And where is that money going to go?
By whom?
The city of Vancouver.
The city of Vancouver pays it?
No, they charge that to you as a developer.
The developer pays it.
And then you as a consumer pay for it.
And as a purchaser, I pay for it.
Exactly.
And so if you have an offshore person coming in trying to buy in Vancouver now, they got an extra 15% to pay.
Well, thanks for straightening me out.
Well, look what's going on. I mean, as long as we decide that we want to have the large number of municipalities to look after us, what people don't realize is the larger numbers of municipalities you have, the larger the tax base you have. That's called a mill rate, the tax base. So the tax base has to go up. So that means that any retailer coming in has to add that tax that he's had to pay to this product. So therefore, that's why there's still 1 million people a month driving down the states to buy products. And that, if they only spend $100 each, that's $100 million leaving the province on a monthly basis, and nobody talks about it.
So what you're suggesting is invite the world to come to Vancouver, and I can move to Chilliwack.
Well, I guess, but then you still have to commute. And I can fill up my gas tank in Bellingham, and by the time I convert it to Canadian dollars, it costs me $57. I fill it up here in Cloverdale, and it costs me $71.
Okay, you've taught me into it. We're moving to Bellingham. What's coming up on the show? And how do I get a hold of Bill, by the way, Fern?
To get expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
A few weeks ago, you went down to Washington State to see Donald Trump or somebody like that, and you're still running on the same gas, are you? Leave that alone.
Let's not even go there.
Don't even go there.
No.
In our next segment, we'll hear from our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen. This morning, Finn is partaking. I thought he was going to be whatever. Finn is partaking in some good old-fashioned summertime relaxation.
Sounds good to me.
Something we could all use, I'm thinking, a little summertime reaction.
I think you're right.
I think you should go and see a doctor. Oh, you are. Oh, yeah. Dwayne Bishop is here, and a very special guest in the studio with Dwayne this morning. We have Heather. Heather is learning what Bill Macklem is really all about. How do you like it so far? She's saying no.
It's interesting. It's fun. I'm learning a lot.
Are you? I'm glad she is.
Yeah. But maybe she'll give us some pointers afterwards.
Well, she's learning all about real estate, too, you see.
Really?
Yeah.
And she taught me some technology. When she first started here, she was very kind and taught me some technology I didn't even know. Well, that's easy.
We've got Janice, we've got Cynthia, we've got Fern, so we've got 3 realtors on the show. So, Heather, they can take care of you if you want to teach us some technical stuff. Bill's the guy, the mortgage guy. He can help you with money. And Dwayne and I, well, we can just hang out with you. How's that?
Yeah, that's how we do it.
All right.
Sounds like a big party. It's going to be great.
It's going to be fun.
We're going to be partaking in some summer cheer.
Summer relaxation.
Oh, sorry.
Not cheer. Cheer's at your house.
Cheer's already here.
Finn has relaxation. We'll do that in just a second. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on AM 650. We're smooth and easy. This is Tom Lucas. Good morning. If you drive yourself a Nissan product, we suggest you get over to North Vancouver Nissan. They're online at northvancouvernissan.com. Check them on out. Mike Farkas is the service manager, and Kofi is the general manager. They'll take darn good care of you. You tell them Tom said to come and see you. Right now it's 10:49 on the Radio Real Estate Show.
Tom Lucas again with Norm Holmes, the Vice President of Pioneer West. Let's talk about the advantages of dealing with Pioneer West.
Well, I think the biggest one is experience. Both David Stewart and myself have been in the business for over 35 years. We have seen it all, and we can help you through whatever financial situation you're going through. And the other one is service. We pride ourselves in giving top-notch service to our clients.
Find out more online, pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As your mortgage broker, I am your home loan consultant, helping you finance the largest debt of your life. All of us want to make the right financing decision when we're making this choice. Even after you sign for your mortgage, we are still there for you. Call us. Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Mainly sunny today. It was cloudy early this morning. A little bit of fog, but mostly sunny for today. I think it's going to be a good day to get to the Abbotsford Air Show, right, Willie?
Absolutely. That's going to be fabulous.
Woo!
And then-
The weather's always good for
Oh,
that, isn't it?
no
Every
kidding.
year. I don't think we've ever had a washout yet.
Well, I think we're going to have some clear weather as well. So they have that night flying too, do they not?
They do, yeah.
Just after dusk, they said.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud. I was going to say sun and sand. Sun and cloud. Becoming sunny in the morning, high 23 except 28 inland. And then Monday, it's sunny again, high of 24. And it's going to be 29 inland again. So
And right now, what's the temperature? It's 20 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
that's
Isn't that amazing?
amazing.
Yeah.
This is the best weather we've had since June.
It's not bad.
No.
No. I
Thought
think,
we were there in fall, but in the evenings right now, it's really nice and warm again.
okay, 20 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show, and you're wondering all about summer relaxation.
Exactly.
Well, our friend Finn Jensen is here. Our friend Finn Jensen, we got him on the line.
Really?
And he knew that you're going to be taking some notes this morning, so he wanted to make sure you knew everything there is to do. Right, Finn? What's going on?
Good morning, Tom, and good morning to everyone. During these summer days, relaxation can become a way of life. A trip to the pool, a run around the park, or a walk along the beach at sunset is all inclusive when living in this lovely place. Residents, regardless of the area, are served by local amenities that offer healthy outside activities for all ages, most of which are in communities located close to natural settings of forest and water. It is an accepted fact that when one wishes to swim, walk, or run, it doesn't have to be a day trip. It really is an amazing reality that wherever a community exists, there can be found this wide variety of areas offering recreation and lifestyles in abundance. It is almost impossible to build a home anywhere out of reach of all of these settings. But of course, people are not the only occupants. Wildlife abounds. Even within community limits, all manner of four-legged critters and birds can be seen anytime. And go a little farther out, the critters get considerably bigger and more interesting. So this is what we have for now, and hopefully in the future, it'd be our greatest asset to live in a town or city surrounded by accessible wilderness. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Fast, reliable, and dependable service for your plumbing or air conditioning is just 10 digits away. I only have 9.5. Call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations, 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Now, you see, Bill, this is radio, and people can't see your half of digit. And now they're going to wondering, what digit are you talking about?
I'm digitally
Never
challenged.
mind. We'll call your wife and find out. Why are you laughing?
Oh, you guys are funny.
This is a real estate show. We're not supposed to have
Yeah.
any fun here. We're supposed to be very
Oh, is that what it
serious.
is? Okay,
This
well,
is very
smarten
serious
up.
business. Well, for example, let's get serious for a second. That's long enough.
I'm
no,
ready.
we were talking to you earlier and the ladies about this 15% tax with,
Yes.
with foreign ownership.
Yes.
And people have different thoughts all over. You talk to everybody. They got different thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it's good. Some people, and you think it's,
Well, the thing is, I look at the ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that if it was put in place, and I agree with the gals too, that, okay, so you're going to bring in a 15% tax, like, Australia and all these other countries too. We should have thought about that 5 years ago because it was very obvious what was happening here to most of us. And second of all, when you implement something like this, you grandfather what's already there. You do it with some thought. You think about the ripple effect for not only Canadian citizens, but people, as the gal said, that they're coming into this country and they're wanting to get a toehold and they want to be Canadian citizens. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and his cousin in Hong Kong owns 7 properties in Vancouver, never has been here, never intends on coming. So, you're looking at kind of like that, and he started buying here 15 years ago, and he's sitting pretty. And that's the kind of thing that Christy Clark has been wanting to stop. But shouldn't she have thought about this 5 years ago?
Well, anyway,
we get on that
You're
topic.
making the assumption, though. You're making the assumption, though, that she's actually thought this thing through. Let's look at it from a political perspective. Let's look at it from a political perspective. There's an election coming up in May of next year.
Mm.
So you have to have the illusion that you actually are doing something.
Mhm.
So this is the illusion that she's doing something. Is it effective? No. Is it at least respectful of the people that have already got the contracts in place? No.
Is it intelligent?
Is it intelligent? No. Do we need this kind of thing? Yes. But if you go to Tokyo and look at what they do in terms of the development of their communities, there's one city and they have one process and they deal with development on a piece by piece basis for systematic development. They don't do like this willy nilly thing here. So we're going to have
Willy-nilly?
Willy-nilly. So you're going to have it from what?
It's a
From
country singer,
Vancouver
isn't
to
he?
Chilliwack.
Willy-nilly?
But it's not going to happen on it's not going to happen on the island. It's not going to happen in the interior. It's not happening up anywhere else. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
happening
only
here.
GVRD.
Yeah, so now how can you have a GVRD when you don't even have a city?
Exactly.
Willy-nilly?
Willy-nilly.
Wasn't he the guy that went to the White House and was smoking
that was
something?
Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie Nelson. Oh, I thought that was willy-nilly. So
Maybe
what-
he became
willy-nilly.
So what you're what you're saying is everybody's going to move to Vancouver. Well, they're going to move to Canada, number one, but we're going to move to the Lower Mainland. So I'll have no problem moving somewhere else then.
Well, you can still move to Abbotsford and Chilliwack under this new tax, and
Do
you
I-
don't pay it.
I don't because I'm a resident.
No, if you're an offshore, Abbotsford and Chilliwack is not part of the GVRD,
Uh-huh.
and you don't pay the tax out there. But if you buy in Bowen Island, that's part of the GVRD, and you pay the 15% there. I mean, go figure. Does this make any sense?
I digress just a little bit, but I know a little person. She's about this big, about a little 6-year-old girl.
Yep.
Lives in Chilliwack.
Yes.
I say, you live in Chilliwack. I live in Canada.
That's just to get your granddaughter
Just a
going.
polar goat, you betcha. It's 10:56 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Yeah, Bill?
Well, I think that's why you have a flat tire every time you get out of there.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
Okay. So you have a couple of open houses this weekend. You have one for sure. That I know.
Yes, I do. I've got an open house today. The home is in the Fleetwood area. The address is 15676 84A Avenue. And it is so squeaky clean, you can eat off the counters and the floor in the remodeled kitchen.
I usually do.
I thought so. I thought so. So I've got that listed at $848,000, and it will be open this afternoon between 2 and 4. And lot size is 55 by 130. Nice lot, nice subdivision, treed area, mixed cultures all the way up and down the street. It is a very, very nice home.
Who do you think might be a good candidate to purchase this property from you? Young family, old family?
Probably a young family
Mhm.
because there's 3 bedrooms upstairs, family room on the main floor, good sized lot. And, it's close to schools and all that kind of stuff. It's when this home was built in 1987. So when you have a diverse neighborhood,
Mhm.
you have a cross culture all the way through it. And, as you go up the street there, you see cross cultures and they all get along with one another. And it's very, very nice street. Anyway, the address again is 15676 84A Avenue. And I've got it listed at $848. And I'll have it open today between 2 and 4.
And like you were saying too, with the cultural situation out there, like you could maybe have grandma move into one of the bedrooms.
Yeah, you could.
Right, and Bill, you were doing some of your magic.
Well,
on the-
with a 20% down, that payment is $26.60 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's really decent.
Yes.
It's on a 30-year RAM. You're looking at a 2.44 rate. It's a great rate.
Mm-hmm.
Great payment.
Mhm.
Where you're gonna rent a house for $3,000 a month.
Well, this one, if you rented it out, that's probably what you'd have to pay
Yeah.
if you were a renter.
So you're gonna pay
So,
me $2,600 and you're in.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business.
Absolutely.
Buy some houses, right?
Exactly.
Okay. You have one more for us, friend?
I certainly do. I've got a townhouse in South Surrey, and it's in a complex called the Soleil, and that is located at 15768 36th Avenue. I've got it listed we've just reduced it mainly because, honestly, a lot of the money going into that area was offshore money. So we've been very proactive on this particular listing. We've got it at $419,000. It's a 2-story with a tandem garage, and it shows quite well. There's a deck off the kitchen and family room. There's also a deck off the basement area, separate entrance in the basement. 3 bedrooms upstairs, family room. Shows quite well.
And you're
So-
pretty close to shopping out there too.
Well, you are.
Yeah,
Yes. You
yeah.
know, that whole area, I mean, it's close to Polygon's new development
Yeah.
as well. So you just zip over that little Bailey Bridge, do you call it?
Yep.
And you're on Save On Foods and Staples and all of those right there, that it's very close to shopping.
Until I knew Bill, I thought Bailey's came in a bottle.
Doesn't it still?
After you drive across that bridge a couple of times, you'll need some Baileys.
I see. Fern, if I want to get in touch with you about those properties, how do I do so?
I can be reached at my cell or text is 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066. Email me if you're shy, fern@smart.com. That's fern with an E at smart.com.
And you do reply to your emails.
I do.
That's one thing I like
reply
about you.
to almost all my emails,
The other
even if it's just to say acknowledged.
I thought you said even if it's from me. Right now, Bill, I want to get in touch with
that's
you.
a different story.
Well, I was just going to say on her Fern's product, on that one for $419, it's below $475, so it's available for the first-time home buyer with no tax. You're going to put 5% down, it's $20,000, payments are $1,837.
It's currently rented out at $1,750.
You can
And
get a hold
that's
of me,
low rent.
and you get a hold of me at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
How do I put this? Bill's done such a good job with arranging the finances. Fern's done such a good job of finding us a new place. We're moving.
No.
Yes, we are.
Yep, let's go.
Yes, we're going to move. We're not going to be here next Saturday morning.
No.
There'll be somebody different here, some new people moving in. Are they from offshore? We don't know yet. Doesn't matter, but they're paying the 50%. You and I, we're all moving to Sunday afternoon.
I think it's a good idea.
4 to 5. So people coming home from those open houses can talk to us and find out what's going on, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, you have the keys?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You going to share them?
Well, only if you're good to me.
Okay, I'll be good to you. All right. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you at the new place this Sunday afternoon.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Back on the radio Monday morning at 6.
Just you.
Just you.
Well, we don't know. We'll see.
Not us.
Well, hey.
Have a great weekend. Thank you for listening, and look out for those airplanes. They're flying high.